Yeah. I don't know what happened, y'all.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
You know what you did.
I ain't do nothing.
Right.
What I do? I ain't do nothing, man. I never do anything. I'm good. Whatever, y'all.
I'm just messing with you.
Scratch my face.
Man.
On the nails.
Okay. All right. So you just want to shut up. Y'all learn to shut up, right? All right, what's up, community? Y'all know what time it is, man. Let's get this show.
Real quick. Indeed. If you know you're having a fight tomorrow, are you getting your nails done?
You know what, David?
You know,
I don't
My
know.
My nail lady is busy. Okay, she just started a new job. I'm loyal. Damn it.
Okay. No, but I'm asking because like
I would get them done tomorrow. Why not?
Yeah, because like if you're gonna fight, like
I'm gonna be all right. Well, first of all, I don't fight, so there's that. Keisha don't need her nails done.
Okay.
As long as she got good tires, she good. She is okay.
Well, all right. That's how we getting things started. Yeah, communicate.
That pretty much means don't mess with you.
I mean, we should have known that before, but
record shows.
Yeah, let the record show. All right. So we here. K Wilson, David 2K, Yendi. What's up, y'all?
What's up?
What it do?
Gang.
How y'all doing?
Doing great, bro.
Right.
Feeling great.
I'm on struggle box, y'all. I had to take a COVID test this morning. Like,
you don't feel good?
I wasn't. I felt like body aches. Like I felt like I just got jumped. Like that's how I really felt.
Negative.
It did. Yep. It was negative. I feel okay now, but I was just achy. It was just bad. Like,
I took so many COVID tests since I came back from Mexico. It's not even funny.
Right. That's why
I take one every week.
I didn't have to. It's just I kept being around people who kept getting sick and they didn't tell me. I was like, dang it, again.
Yeah. That was my I'll tell you, that little when you take the little take-home test, that little 15-minute period for like when you put the little drops in and you gotta wait for the results. Like I don't know. It is. It's a pregnancy test. That's what it is. It looks like a pregnancy test. Like
it might as well be.
I'm putting the drops.
Did you touch your throat or you did the nose?
I did the nose.
Somebody said try the throat because Omicron chilling your throat. Omarion, he be your throat.
Oh Lord. Okay.
I don't want Omarion in my throat.
I don't want anything in my throat. Like I don't want none of that.
Me neither.
So I don't know, but I was gonna let me see how it goes the next couple of days. And if I feel like this, I was gonna take another one. Because you just don't know. And then it's like how good are these tests? Like there's so many factors in this. And it is kind of stressful. It is.
Right.
Like it sucks. So, this ain't gonna be the COVID show, but hey,
show. You see that TikTok where they're like in 2020, you ain't know nobody with COVID, and then it's that R. Kelly song where it's saying all them names. Some Brenda got it, Keisha got it.
Nah, for Kins.
Everybody got it.
Yeah,
everybody at my job got it.
Like it's been crazy. Like thank God. Like I don't know. Like our family hasn't, but my brother. Yeah. In fact, we all know at least one person, at least two people at this point.
My whole family got it.
Yeah.
We did too.
Yeah. This is wild. Like I don't know what the future is gonna hold, but it's literally day by day at this point.
Yep.
It's something new, some new information, something's come out, we either learn something or we thought we knew. It's yeah.
I hate it.
So it is. It sucks, man.
I hate it.
Yeah. But until we find another planet.
Hey, I was about to say, how's Mars looking right now?
I don't know. Ask Elon and them.
Right, because I'm about to hit up Elon and be like, hey yo, see everybody black.
But you know what though? Like the more I think, like, okay, I don't want to spend too much time on this because but the more you think about, let's say we colonize somewhere like Mars. We're going to be living in indoor facilities, airtight facilities, because you can't just walk around Mars, right?
Like Deep Space Nine.
So yeah. So what happens if you catch COVID in an indoor place like that?
Everybody's dead.
Everybody catches COVID.
So like I'm like, yeah, that sounds sweet. That's why I watch horror movies, all the space horror movies. It's the scariest thing ever because it's not like you're in a confined space and you have nowhere to go.
It's always one person got infected, and there's there's always that one person that's always like that got infected but won't tell anybody.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Well, look who we are now. No, what's the difference?
Right.
What's the difference?
That's me. Every time I go around somebody, they be like, "Oh, I forgot to tell you about COVID."
By the way,
can't be forgetting to tell people that.
Screw that person.
Yeah, that's fight on sight. That's fight on sight behavior.
Right.
Like, but we can't fight you because you got COVID, so we can't get near you. So I'm gonna have to catch you after it go away.
Fight this COVID and this chance.
No, because I can't catch it while I'm beating on you. No. But all that side. Okay, we here, right? Like, I really wanted to get into something because this has been irking me too.
Right.
Again, what grinds my gears. So it's what's grind my gears, right?
What grinds your gears?
Grinds your gears, Kenny.
Grinds my gears that we move around in this world, and especially with Black culture, the things that are positive in our culture, the things that we should be celebrating in our culture, are never the popular things in our culture. And that's been one of the things is bothered me for such a long time, especially for someone like me, for example. A lot of my work is tied into a lot of the positive things in our culture. How we
stuff
interact.
Stuff that doesn't get highlighted, right?
And it doesn't. It doesn't at all. And not even just about me. It's just about certain industries of culture. I just see it.
Right.
And it's everywhere, all throughout Black culture. It's not just one thing, But my boy Ryan Dustin, shout out to Ryan, who's just talking to him. He always says this phrase, and it sticks with me. He says, "Positive isn't popular."
Right. I heard him say that, and I was like, that's true.
It is true. It's like the things that should be popular in our culture, the things that we should be bigging up, we should be promoting, don't get it. They don't get the resources, the funding, in the individuals that should be. It doesn't happen.
What gets highlighted in the news? Bad stuff, right?
Bad stuff. Negative. You first thing in the news, they'll pretty much tell you how many people got shot that night.
Right.
Weather.
There was a shooting. There was some bad thing that happened. And typically it was in the Black neighborhood. Because think about it, they'll tell you the shooting, but see how long it takes them to talk about things like a bank robbery, a serial killer, but turn on the news, I promise you, first thing on the nightly news, deadly shooting over here in the city. We get that all day, every day. And then later towards in the end of the news segments or stuff like that, and not even the nightly news, you might get in like the daytime, like the noon news, where they'll do a piece on something positive. But it's never in the front of the show when people typically watch. It's either always in the middle or the back end of the show. And it's like some little 2-minute segment. Right. It's never the same quality. It's never the same attention paid, the resources put into it, the time put into it as the negative stuff. Right. I wonder if if that were to shift, I want to see how people's moods would be like altered, or if they would be altered.
I think it would. I really do. I think it would, because think about when we go back to groupthink and the masses. Like when you appeal to the masses, the majority of the people, it trickles down to everyone else. Right. But that's one of the things. So imagine if all the positive things are promoted in Black culture, it would begin to trickle down. It would have a direct effect on everybody.
Absolutely.
We see this every day in our lives. For example, let's take our entertainment. Let's take music, for example. What do we promote? Who do we see all day in Black culture? The rappers. Mm-hmm. Rap is probably one of the biggest. It's probably the biggest music genre at this point in the world.
It is.
Definitely.
What do we hear about all day with the music culture?
Bang bang, shoot 'em up. Bang bang, shoot 'em up in the drama.
Mm-hmm. Rest in peace, Young Dolph.
Rest in peace, Dolph. But even so,
Long
we
live
get
Dolph.
but no one talks about the positive rapper.
Right.
There's a lot of them too.
And you know what the sad thing is? They're clowned.
They are.
Yeah.
They are.
Well, they're considered corny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So not only do they not get attention, we view them negatively.
Right.
Mm.
So it's almost like we flip the culture.
Yeah.
Where the positive is whack. You know, I look
And
at
in their defense, sometimes it really is whack. So why would
I'm
But
gonna say
why?
50-50.
okay.
For every whack positive rapper, there's a whack popular one too.
Oh, absolutely.
What makes them whack though is because they don't talk about the things that we're so used to, like shoot 'em up, or they're just like legit whack.
Yes.
So now we've been conditioned to like the negative things.
Mm-hmm.
So if he's not talking about something that I like, because I've been programmed to like it.
Right.
It's crazy. How many of us are violent people?
Oh well, I'm gonna tell you right now.
Okay. That's 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3. Okay.
I'm a lover. I'm a lover. I'm a lover, not a
okay,
fighter.
so out of 3 people, 2 people here. That's still the best.
But when I ride down the highway, I need to hear the gangster rap.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, but positive.
But the point I'm trying to make is we not killing people, right?
No.
We're not out here doing thug shit. We're not out here shooting and killing people.
Nope.
But we have no problem listening to it.
Yeah.
That's something wrong there.
There definitely is something wrong there.
And there's nothing we can do. That's me. I know that's me. Like I listen to that. But
I feel bad about that though.
But that's because how we've been conditioned to.
Mm-hmm.
That's not random. That is by design.
We can't relate, but we love it.
But we love it though.
We're not about that life, but we'll act like it.
And how many people like that?
And how many people die off just acting like they're about that life?
How many people have died?
Mm.
All because we listen to something that if somebody asked you, you wouldn't agree with it. If somebody asked you, do you condone killing people? Are you okay with shooting people? All of us will say no. But we put that on though. We would.
Bang, bang, shoot them up. Bang, bang, shoot them up.
Because that's what we've been fed. We're human beings. Eventually, if you give it to us enough, if you keep beating us over the head with it enough, we start to gravitate towards. We might end up liking, we'll tolerate it. By design. So the music, think about our culture, like right. I just move music. I look social media, of course. Mm-hmm. That's the easy one. That's the easy draw. We always see it. The algorithms promote it too.
Absolutely.
The good things that are happening, the people telling positive stories and stuff, you don't hear about them as much.
Right. They get pushed to the side.
Those don't go viral.
Yeah.
Just put the asses in the seats.
The most important people in our culture is who?
The celebrities.
People, yeah, celebrities, entertainers, ball players. Mm-hmm. Here we are. We're recording on Martin Luther King Jr. holiday.
Yep.
Where are our Black leaders? And if we have Black leaders, why don't we know who they are?
Facts.
Because there are a lot of Black leaders around. They're scattered throughout. They're all over. There are leaders out here. Right. Can't name 10 of them. And if you're not in them circles with them, if you don't know directly the work they're doing or who they are, you don't know who they are.
Right.
But we know the Kardashians. We know who dating them. We know the ball players right now. We watch all them shows. We can't even talk about our own Black leaders on this day. It's crazy to me. Because nobody's promoting it. Like I said, you think the algorithms is picking that up on social media? We directly know from experience.
Yeah.
We put this show out, and if we use certain hashtags, the algorithms push us aside. Not only if they push us aside, They have threatened.
They won't let you. They won't let you tweet. They won't let you tweet, and they'll say, "Hey, if you tweet this, we'll shut down your account."
Shut down your account. They threatened to block our accounts.
Right, and that was insane to me because I was like, for come to Black Squirrel, hashtag come to Black Squirrel.
No, I think one of the hashtags was like what was it? It was Black community, something like that. But yeah, we got threatened. I think it's on the screenshots.
Yeah.
Instagram and Twitter.
Right.
I was on TikTok all day and I didn't see one thing referencing today. I didn't see one video.
Exactly.
Yeah. Sadly, I guess these apps. I mean,
because another one.
If we looked up, what are the top hashtags right now? As a matter of fact, I'll go on Twitter right now. What's trending on Twitter right now? Football game, shows, Raw. Football game, rock, football players. Number 18, 19, 20. Hold on.
Right app.
What number is that on trending?
That is 20.
Dr. King is number 21 right now on his holiday.
I see something different.
Exactly, which is crazy because we get different things. See,
right? I see 91st birthday of James Earl Jones at 21.
See, mine was Dr. King at 21. See, this is how they play. I think about our movies, our TV. What are the popular movies? What are popular shows? What Housewives have been going on for how long? What are the most popular shows in Black culture right now?
Love and Hip Hop.
Love and Hip Hop. Housewives. Trying to think what else.
Oh, Power.
All the 50 Cent shows. You know.
There's a positive Black show on. I think it comes on NBC called The Crew. I love that show.
I've started watching it.
I like that show.
Which is good. So hopefully it lasts.
It ain't gonna last.
It
better.
But and that's the problem. And look who put it out. Look who's doing it.
Right. And it looks really good, but also that's the thing. It's like, oh, this is a positive Black show.
Yeah,
Black people where they aren't doing like the typical like gang shit.
Where are the Black networks?
They're successful friends who gather around and drink wine.
They call it the Black Friends, don't they?
Is it? No, it's not the Black Friends.
They're calling it the Black Friends. That's how they're promoting it.
Really?
That is actually true.
That's crazy. Why we have to reference it to Friends?
Because a white company is giving it to us.
Right. And let's not forget Friends with biters, because y'all remember Living Single.
Friends was a direct copy of Living Single. But that's what I'm saying. Where are the Black networks? Where are Black networks promoting this for? Why can't that show come from us? Matter of fact, you know what? Okay, because here I go.
Here's the thing.
I miss you. Watch this. No, I'm about to go look, because I promise you, this show is not written by Black people. What's it called?
The Crew. I don't like it though.
I think it did come from Black people. I just think it's not being marketed to us the way it should be.
Because I think that they think it's not something that we would enjoy. Because I mean, you think about it, it doesn't. If you think about most shows that we watch, it's out of the norm.
Right.
It's called The Crew.
Yeah.
Why Kevin James show come up on IMDb?
Because there was a show called The Crew. I think
that goes back to algorithms.
Right.
Yeah. So why is this not even on IMDb? It's crazy.
Let me see.
Yeah, I'm looking. No.
Okay. Look up The Crew NBC.
That's a damn shame. Still no, not on IMDb.
Oh, it's called Grand Crew. My bad.
Oh,
Awesome.
okay.
Yeah, that was my fault.
Y'all some Negroes giving me tea.
Shut up. The bar they go to is called The Crew, CRU. That's why.
Oh, okay, that's why it's called. Okay.
Right.
So I know I'm spending too much time, and I'm really not trying to, but I'm trying to prove the point.
Right. I almost forgot that we were recording still, and I apologize because we really just almost took like how long to just find this show?
No, but I mean, I'm just like, I think this is relevant.
Right.
Phil
It
Augusta.
is important.
Who is Phil
You're
Augusta
right.
Jackson?
The creator is not black. He's white.
I feel a way about that.
Phil Augusta Jackson is the creator of the show. Who is this?
Why is that? First of all, why we got two different people as the creator?
Wow. Who does it say? Who's the creator for yours? What does it say?
It said Dan Gore. G-O-R Gore.
I'm looking at Phil Augusta Jackson, and he's pretty black.
He's black. No, but I'm saying that's why I'm like, why are we getting different things?
Right.
Because who's the producer?
Oh,
I don't know. It's telling me the creator is Dan Gore.
So
I'm seeing. Wait, producers: Matthew Nodella, Charlotte Lauriston, Lamar Woods.
Oh, Phil Augusta Jackson is the writer, producer, and director, and Dan Gore is the creator. They both did Brooklyn Nine-Nine together.
Yeah.
And let's real quick. Brooklyn Nine-Nine is a freaking masterpiece.
Yeah, but I like the show. If you've never seen it, you should watch it. It's really good.
Yeah, I just started.
I always like to see I like to see Black people doing positive things. My personal opinion.
I do too. I just want to make like my problem with a lot of that is, and it looks like we got a Black writer here. I don't want my stories about Black people to come from white people. And that happens a lot.
Understood.
We do a movie podcast together. How many movie podcasts we did, and we were talking about the movie, and the studio wouldn't let this happen, or the studio cut one thing out. Like,
yep.
So so the Black people were doing it, but they were still handcuffed and still controlled by the overall parent company, the producing company, and all that stuff. Like,
right.
Where's the Black company?
Tyler Perry.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Not everybody could be Robert Townsend.
I was listening to a podcast a couple of days ago, and they were talking about how Tyler Perry actually hurt Black culture and Black actors during that time period he was coming up.
Why? Because of his Padilla character?
Because the white studios couldn't control him. But the problem was
he was dangerous.
His own. Wait, why would we?
But he like you said, David, because he was dangerous to them.
Man. And we've talked about that.
Because the Black actors are good, but then also, so that what happened was it was almost like Black actors were being punished and they were being typecast because they did a show with Tyler Perry.
Was it though? Was it that they were being punished, or that's how Hollywood has always been?
It's always been like that, but then you give them an open excuse to punish them too. So some things are done behind closed doors, but then they get really pissed off and they're like, well, now we can definitely not do it. So it's like you damned if you do, you damned if you try even harder.
I personally would prefer to work with a Black producer and writer, a Black studio versus a white studio. You get shafted at the Oscars anyway.
That's the problem too. So
it doesn't even matter.
So at the end of the day, it comes back to them, and they still control it. The same thing with music. That's what we talk about this all the time.
Right. Yeah.
Or we have creative Black directors, we got creative Black writers, but they don't have the resources, the money, the capital to get these shows off the ground, these movies off the ground. So they got to go back to them.
Or they make them little BET specials. Like some of them BET specials is good though. I ain't even gonna hold you.
They are.
Yeah. But then who owns BET now too?
Yeah, sure.
Well, yeah, they've always owned BET.
Did y'all ever watch the Carmichael show?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Y'all see what the last episode was?
The best part of the Carmichael show though is Tiffany Haddish.
Yeah, she was great on there.
Because it is dry humor, and if you're not into dry humor,
not only is it dry humor, it's very educational.
True.
Every single episode is like there's a message within it, all of the comedy, and it's highlighted every time.
Oh, that's how like the shows in the 90s was. Family Matters at the end of the show, they start playing the music when the message is coming on. Yeah.
Parenthood.
Yeah.
Wow.
You knew you got towards the end of the show and the music, it was wrapping up and the message was getting presented. They were talking about it. And that little music started playing in the background. Like, is every all love and positive? Yeah. Yeah.
Or the PSA episode.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. Yeah.
Don't do drugs. It's not my weed. I found it in the locker.
I was planted there.
Sit down, son. Let me tell you about the dangers. I understand now, Dad. Like, that's how it went. It's a formula.
But it's weird because we did like positive shows when we were younger.
We did. They actually did. Because what happened? They promoted them.
Well, I personally, I don't like to see, like when I watch Basketball Wives or Love and Hip Hop or even the Real Housewives of y'all area, like it's embarrassing because they got money. And why are y'all acting a fool like that?
Because they're getting paid to.
Because I got money.
No. Dude, this is reality shows are not reality, y'all. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
They would never put something on TV that they haven't scripted, they haven't planned for first.
Right.
So these people are getting paid to act like this too. That's a part of it. They put them in situations. They're always scripted because think about it. Think about your real life. Everybody, our lives do not have that much footage to make a show.
No.
They have to manufacture these things to happen.
So you're just gonna give me a birthday on a birthday party on my birthday gift.
And there's a wrinkle in there. You can't tell me that wrinkle isn't manufactured. Like,
they're
come
really
on.
trying to make drama out of.
That's what it is. It's drama because if not, these shows would be boring and nobody would watch them.
Right. But you looked at my boyfriend sideways. Now I got a problem with you. And let's get it. Then they fight.
We went to a dinner party and somebody said something about this person, and oh my gosh, now it's drama.
And the funny thing is that a lot of the I'm not sure if people actually notice, but like a lot of the time, a lot of the guys are just like, I mean, they have a problem, but I think we're cool. There are like pockets of that. And then there are the other ones where like they're all beefing.
No, the females be the worst. And when they do their confessionals, I got a problem with Tiffany, so I'm gonna approach her.
Yeah, come on.
One thing I don't play about is my money.
Scripted. It's all. That's why I can't get with it. I can't do it.
Bad writing too.
But it's the most. But you know what? They don't care because they eat it up. We eat it up. That's the problem. If we didn't watch it, it wouldn't exist. And not only do we watch it, other cultures and races watch it too. And then they think that's how we act.
They do think that's how we all act. They always associate us all as the same, ratchet and ghetto and loud.
That's why this isn't cool to me. That's why this stuff irks me at the end of the day. Because you ever interact and go somewhere and they expect you to, or they you can see the vibe, they ask you questions like that's how you act in real life.
Yeah.
Well, you see the that video I sent y'all on Instagram where the girl was singing that song about how everybody wanted to act like us and talk like us. Like you see the white people who claim that they're so ghetto, and then they act like the most ratchet chicks that they see that are black. Like we are not all like that.
No, but that's where they get it from. That's their source material. That's why this stuff is not okay. Because then when they treat us different, they treat us like we ratchet and ghetto and ignorant. Now we mad.
Right. And then when we get mad, they get exactly what they want. It's like, why are you mad? I didn't do anything.
Right. So how many people from other cultures you talk to and they get to, once they meet you and they really know who you are, they're shocked?
All the time. Well, I told you how my life was in Pittsburgh when they were so surprised that I was not ratchet. Even the white girls, because they ate Flaming Hot Cheetos, would be like, "Oh, we're blacker than you are, bitch." Yeah. Get the hell out of my face.
That is hard to deal with, y'all.
Yeah.
Like, oh well, and then they can't really say it. You're well spoken. Oh, you're really calm. Really well spoken. Yeah, you're real chill. That's what they say. You're real chill.
Hear it all the
You're
time.
different. You're different from the others. What the hell
Right.
does that mean?
What does that mean?
You're not like the other people.
And this
You're
is
one of the good ones.
This is why
We get angry.
this is why how we present as a culture is so important.
Right.
Absolutely.
And it's funny you say that because we always say, oh, well, white people do this, but we're different because everybody literally looks at us under a magnifying glass and expects us to behave and act a certain way.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, they
Every
do
time.
watch. The world watches us. And believe it or not, we do run industries. We do run cultures. We do. The problem is we don't have the power over them, but we run it. And if we put our power together, if we started taking the time to realize this, we would.
People are so obsessed.
If we all said we're not watching this, we said we're not watching this. No, yes, they are. They are. And if we took that power back and we dictated our culture and our destiny, say no, we're not supporting that show. We're not watching that no more. We're not gonna put our people on that stuff. What happens? It goes away.
Right.
If we all said no, we're not watching Housewives.
Like, don't take the Grand Crew away. I like that show.
Oh, but I mean, see, but okay, we all said, you know what, we're not gonna support that violent rap music no more. Ooh. Ooh. It's a tough one.
It is.
It's hard. Could we really do it?
But also, I think what also would happen is that all the R&B people, I think another genre would take over and become what rap is now.
Well, let them take it over as long as it puts us in a positive light.
No, I'm saying like the rockers gonna be just as violent as the rappers.
What did the rockers do with it? And they look crazy. And we chill over here. That's the problem. We are seen as the violent ones. We're seen as the ignorant. We're seen as the uneducated ones.
We are.
You gonna tell me heavy rock is not more violent than rap music?
Listen, don't even get me started
heavy
on
metal
because that be making me go crazy.
Exactly.
Look at the name.
But it's perception.
Right.
It's perception.
Right.
Which again, marketing. You gonna tell me whoever them record companies over there with that death metal, they know what they doing too.
Right.
So we know what really is happening, but again, we get all the negative. They put it on us.
Yep.
That's the problem. And then none of the good stuff that we have going on is promoted.
Right.
But think about it. So let's take their perspective. Rap music, for example. Multi-billion-dollar industry. We get money off y'all talking about shooting and killing each other. That is big business. We don't want to change that. They don't want to change that.
It's what sells.
Right. Matter of fact, we're gonna pay you to start beef over here with this podcast.
Because it still sells. So the positive rapper that's coming up who's dope as hell, who's dope and talking about good stuff. No, we don't want him. No, that's against the grain. We're making money over here with this stuff. We don't need him.
Right.
That's what happens.
Therefore, they don't get highlighted. And then
you get no resources. You get no promotion. You don't get any backing. Bye.
Right.
You don't last. Or you gotta go underground and mainstream. We know mainstream music listeners don't listen to that.
Right.
So
make me think of Teaser Moses. That girl makes some great ass music, but don't nobody know her.
Nobody know. Nobody know.
She underground, but she makes some good music though.
What we do to Chance the Rapper?
Where is Chance the Rapper?
I'm still kind of mad about that. And Kenny, we've talked about like other rappers that I'm mad about, or that we actually talked about that rappers that shouldn't be canceled.
Why they cancel Chance the Rapper?
Thank you. Fill me in, because I don't watch TV and nothing no more.
That second album that he came out with was heavily focused on family, his wife, and things like that. That type of content. He grew up.
He was happy.
Yeah.
But he wasn't talking about no problems no more. That first album, we don't want no problems. Remember that?
Right. Yep. You don't want no problem with me.
So now the second album, what they say? He whack. It's trash. He fell off.
That's horrible.
That man talked about how he got married and they clowned it.
Change the content. Change the content, and we cancel. This is what happens. Nobody talks about that though.
Yeah.
Actually went back and listened to it again. It wasn't a bad album.
Just
Thank
was
you.
talking about what people wanted to hear.
Yep.
Right. It's not what people expected.
Yeah. Or how many rappers started off on the positive side, wasn't selling. They flipped the switch and went hard real fast.
Well, I mean, hold on. Let's look at LL, because LL was not that type of rapper. Like, he wasn't talking about shoot him up in the streets or anything like that. And
No.
Well,
because he was sexy.
Well, they're trying to clown him now.
They're trying to clown him now, but even then, but even when in his height, what he was a sex symbol too.
That's true. He's delicious.
See, exactly. He had something to go on. He had something though. But I mean, go back and listen to Mama Said Knock You Out.
Right.
He's talking about beating somebody's ass. Like,
right.
Listen, he don't mess with him.
Exactly. So he had something
about pulling up.
So he had something to go on. But he didn't have to go the whole bang bang shoot him up route. He had something else to go on. So he was able to kind of survive.
Nobody really rocks with Will Smith like that. And Will Smith only had positive albums.
That's true. And
he didn't even curse in his music.
Didn't curse. And that Will Lilliam joint, didn't that joint got like 10 times platinum or something crazy like that?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, them anthems, yeah.
Y'all remember Nod Your Head?
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, but with the black culture didn't accept that. That was a mainstream culture.
Right.
Go to the hood and ask the hood about Will Smith and rapping.
They'll clown you out.
Go to any barbershop and ask Will Smith about rapping.
Philly, they may not clown you. You know, they always love their own.
They do, but I'm talking about in general. Like go anywhere else and ask. Right. Like, I challenge anyone. Please, next time you go get your hair cut and you're in one of them barbershops where everybody talks, the active barbershop, say Will Smith is a dope rapper and see the response you get.
You're like, man, you crazy.
Try it. Social experiment. Try it. See what happens.
I'm going to go in the barbershop tomorrow.
That's a problem.
It is.
Like, that's what I'm saying. It didn't it gets deeper in our culture. It gets deeper.
It's the same with podcasts.
Yeah.
If you listen to the podcast and talk about something positive,
right,
they don't have a lot of followers.
Yeah.
Oh, we know. Oh,
not only that, but if you talk about something controversial in podcasts now, that's the most viral thing for the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
You say something positive on a podcast, swept under the rug.
And that's why so many podcasts are purposely saying controversial things,
right,
to get that traction. I know what our most popular shows were.
Right.
Election season.
Where my 250 at?
Not even that. No, election season.
Oh, wow.
Why? Because the algorithm picked up. Remember we was arguing back and forth on people on Facebook and stuff? Because the algorithms picked it up. Why? Because it was controversial.
That's true. Yeah.
I watched it. I sit there and watched it happen. Like, I could see the numbers. I could see the traction. Then very next week we said something different. No.
The key words got to be murder, death, kill.
Yep. Or if something trend, like say the election season, it was trending. So if you had a hashtag or something like that, oh goodness gracious. People who had never heard our podcast before was listening and they had something to say. And I'm asking, like, have you ever heard us before? Do you even know who we are? But they were still commenting because why? They had picked it up from somewhere else.
Right.
That's how
people actually don't. I always said this about people. They never really listen to receive the message either. Yeah. They listen to just pick out something that triggers them.
Right.
And that's part of the conditioning.
Yep. Sadly.
Or I'll put out things on purpose just to see, like,
oh yeah, we've done experiments on like different
experiments, or even like on my Instagram, I'll just do certain stuff. Like I'll just post a positive message, and I'll see the traction it gets, and then I can repost something else that's more popular, and it gets way more traction. You know, like it's really by design. It's crazy to see, like if you really pay attention to it.
Well, I mean, as a woman, I see that every day.
Every day.
If you post, if you are a plus size woman with wide hips and big boobs, and you post half naked pictures, you're gonna get 1 million followers. But then if you have a wholesome person like myself who don't do that, then it's like, well, what's wrong with you? Why are you hiding? Why we gotta hide?
Why is it hiding?
Well,
because I'm trying to sell the product.
Because the majority of people, that's the problem with it. Everybody sees, because that's what they see now, and they think that's what it's supposed to be. Like I don't think we really fully understand how the brain works in that. Like I said, if you see something enough, you begin to agree with it.
Right.
If one person said he's stupid, 100 people said he's stupid,
then you start
1 million people say he's stupid. You gonna think he's stupid,
right? I look at stupid.
We also see that too with social media. It's like you see, again, big women with flat tummies. That is not possible. And people with all this makeup, and you're like, oh, hey, listen, maybe that's how I should look.
Look at that. Oh my good.
And nobody looked like that, man.
Right. Take that makeup off.
Look at that.
Filters off.
No, but look at the phenomenon, and women getting their body done.
Oh, look! Did you see that episode of Steve Harvey where the lady she had $6,000. Her family gave her $6,000 to pay for one of their family members' funeral. I think it was the uncle, and she got the uncle cremated instead, and took the money and got a BBL.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
that's nasty.
She took the money and got a BBL.
That's where we are.
It's not cool.
Because
that right there alone increased. People be posting videos of people getting on the plane and they're not even in the seat. I don't know how to fly in without being in the seat, but they're like on their knees because they went and got BBLs. Why is that a thing now?
Because everybody started seeing it. Exposure. Right. This is directly what we see. Like I
shouldn't know what a BBL is.
It used to be a medical procedure, like a real medical condition. Now it's cosmetic.
Right.
It's not what you want.
But that is direct correlation to people seeing these images, people seeing these women with it, and they say, "Oh, that's what I want." I can tell you how many conversations I've had with somebody. "Oh, that's what I want. I want to do that. I want to go get that. Look at this." I had one girl. We had a whole conversation. What did she do? Go on social media. Look at this. Look at this person. Look at this person. Look at this person. I want that. That's what she really said. The powers that be, the people who run social media, people that run media, they understand that psychology. They use it to their advantage.
Right.
That's
they use it to feed us what we want to. What we don't know what we don't know what we want until it's shown to
us. Yeah. So no, there's not that we don't know. They're gonna tell you what you want.
Right. That's what I want.
That's really advertising. Margaret, I'm gonna find different ways to tell you what I want you to know. You don't even know you like this. I'm gonna tell you like it though. Again, one person says, "Hey,
that's dope.
Try Coke. Try Coca-Cola." 1 million people say, "Hey, drink Coca-Cola. We drink Coca-Cola. It's cool over here. We doing this thing over here." You a sucker if you don't. You're a square if you don't. You're gonna be a loser. You're gonna be alone by yourself if you don't.
Hey yo, have y'all tried this Pepsi?
And that's what people do. Oh, it's cool. That's why commercials and images. Everybody's having a good time. It's partying and all that. You know, it's fun. It's positive. We're doing this over here, and people start to do it. It's like clothing, advertising. What was that? How many times have we seen this? What was that? Kanye. That coat he had on during one of the concerts.
Oh yeah.
Put it on the Gap website. That joint was sold out in like 10 minutes or something like that.
Yep.
Crazy.
Same.
So it is.
And I'm sure the boots that he's been wearing, people have been looking for him too.
Yeah, people they all of them sell out. Not because they like him, it's because he wore them. He put it out. It's like people with Jordans. Some of them, most of the Jordans are ugly. I'm sorry, I'll say it. Most of them joints are ugly. Just because they Jordans, them things sell out. I've even heard people tell me, yo, them joints is ugly, dog.
But I got them.
I'm gonna go get them though.
Right.
Just because they Jordans. Just because. That's the mind job. So I just wanted to bring that up. We have to find ways to promote the positive things in our culture. I think like I said, it starts with one or two of us. Don't be afraid to promote it. Don't be afraid to put it out. Let people know.
Right.
Because if we don't do it for ourselves, nobody else is going to. Can't depend on them to do it.
Right.
My Black girl target group, that's what they do. They only promote. Well, they don't only promote, but majority of the time they promote Black creators who create lines at Target, and it be sold out. Like you can't go buy it because once they put it out there, it sells out so quick. And I mean, there's over 10,000 women in that group.
Man.
So that's what we need to keep doing, stuff like that. 10,000 over here, 10,000 over there, 10,000 over here. And we just got to keep chomping at it.
Right.
We have to promote the positive things we're doing. All right. So.
Like my nail lady.
What?
I said, like my nail lady.
I know. I know. We're going to shout out. Yeah. Shout out.
Shimira Styles. Get your styles. You can do both.
All right, so let's do this. Do we have a couple Bobs and Karens?
Yeah, we do.
You shout them out because I want to do something different after that too. So
okay, cool. So black man arrested when the subject. So a black man was arrested when the suspect that the police were looking for was blonde hair and blue eye.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah. Blatant.
Bob the policeman tries to choke man that's already arrested.
I saw that too. Yeah.
Yep. And the officer next to him had to push him aside, and she tried to push him aside and say, "Hey, don't do that." And then he tried to come back to her and tried to choke her out.
All on camera too.
So you could see it in his face. He was a woman beater.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not his first rodeo.
Right. There was a man that gave an ass whooping to a Bob in the store. Nothing new there, you know.
Yeah.
Shout out to the people who be beating on Bobs and Karens.
I just don't want to see him get in trouble. That's all.
Right. Sure. But also, speaking of beating Bobs and Karens, our last one is a Karen and her friend get their asses beat in McDonald's because they kept antagonizing the staff.
I saw that. Mm-hmm.
It didn't end well for them.
No, they ain't learned yet. They ain't learned. Keep taking them L's. So that's how we have it. So another thing I wanted to do, since we're having this whole thing about talking about positive things in our culture, talk about Bob's, I want to highlight some of the positive people that are around us, right? Mm-hmm. So it goes back to the tradition. Early on, you guys remember, if you was rocking with us a couple years ago when we started this podcast is called the Tyrone Coles Community Coalition Show, named after Tyrone Coles, who was a member of the community, who did a lot of unsung things, and people who didn't even know who he was or what he did until after his death. So I want to keep that tradition going, right? And this really made me think of this little quick story. That was Saturday afternoon. Got hungry. I'm in TGI Fridays, right? Go to Fridays. I'm by myself. I was on the road, so I wanted to get something to eat real quick. Go to Fridays. Wasn't really packed. It's like 7 or 8 different tables, people in the tables by myself, so sit down, took a little while. Young black girl comes over. She's my waitress. You know, so she was real nice, real cool. You know, she got my drink, and then it took her a while to come back. And I was on my phone, so I wasn't really paying attention until I realized she was the only waitress in the restaurant.
Wow.
Mm.
And I watched her busting her butt to try to get to everybody's orders and get the food out. She was hustling, y'all. And so once I saw that, I was like, okay, you know, I'm gonna be patient. It's okay. I heard some other people kind of grumbling. There was one party, like 9 people, a couple families. It was only her, which one showed the sign of the times. Ain't nobody come to work. You know, think about that. One waiter in a restaurant. And so she was hustling. So I was patient, and I still got my food. I felt like it was in a decent amount of time. I felt like she came to my table several times. You know, she was asking questions. She was nice. She wasn't rushing. She did a great job. So, like I said, I heard some other people grumbling. She was still gracious with them. She held it down, y'all.
You remember her name?
I didn't get her name.
I'm done with you.
I didn't. That's the one thing I was frustrated with. And I didn't take the receipt either. So, but what I did do, when I was done, I told her, so you did a great job. I know you out here working. I said, you the only one in here? She said, yeah, I'm the only one in here. I'm getting my money, and I'm about to go over to the bar, and I'm about to get that too.
I hear that, sis.
Go ahead.
Get the bag.
Get the bag. And she did it with a smile on her face.
And what TGI Fridays was this?
This one in Columbia, Maryland. TGI Friday. I didn't get her name.
Yeah,
I feel bad, but I made sure I gave her a nice tip. That's one thing I was like, nah, she really earned that. And I hope everybody in that restaurant saw it too.
Absolutely.
And my food, and she ain't even charged me for all my food.
Shout out to her.
Shout out to sis. So
she doing a thing.
She was. So I said, you know, sometimes we do big things, and it's like I said, we have people out there trying to change the community, change the world. And then we had this young lady out here. She was just trying to grind, and she was getting it, and she made my day just to see that.
Right.
So
and we forget that those people change the world too.
Yeah.
You're able to see somebody hustling like that.
Yeah,
it gives you that motivation to say, you know what, I want to be like that. I want to be motivated like that. I want to hustle like that.
Yeah. And so I said, you know, I was proud. You know, young girl, she couldn't have been early 20s maybe. You know, she did her thing though. So I just want to shout her out. That is my Tyrone Cole's positive person of the week. You know, I appreciate, like I said, sometimes the little things that make a difference. So that's something I want to keep doing. You know, we talk about the Bobs, the Karens, we talk about other stuff. We're trying to promote this, but I also want to promote, even when we're doing the little things, the things that are in our community, people that are doing stuff, show them love too. You know,
absolutely.
You always say the people in the back because they don't appreciate me enough.
Exactly. So we're going to show them love. That's what we're going to do here.
Absolutely.
You know, so I just wanted to bring that up. I got to go back and get her name. I do. I want to go back and get her name. So
you're gonna be like, why?
No, I'm gonna tell her.
Because she was great.
She was great. You know, like I said, it yes, okay, it was TGI Fridays. Yes, but it for me,
it doesn't matter.
It didn't.
It shouldn't matter.
It shouldn't. And that's why I was proud. It was something about it, really, like I left there like, yeah.
I'm proud of her.
Yeah.
I'm happy you had that experience.
Yeah, me too. Because it really did. I've been thinking about it since then.
It leaves an imprint.
Right. I was gonna say.
And I know too, like I said, it showed where we are as a people. No one's at work. No one wants to work. People aren't working. You know.
Wait now. A lot of people are sick with COVID.
People are sick with COVID. Yeah. That's true too. You know.
Yeah.
But we also have, I mean, things aren't what they used to be too. We talked about that too. Like things ain't what they used to be.
But also we have people that not only want to work, that are killing it.
That's what I'm saying. That restaurant, for that hour I was there, would not have survived without her. Fact.
But I bet you they won't appreciate it.
Yep.
That's the problem.
I've been in them.
Then she said, I'm about to go over and get the bar. She wasn't done.
Superwoman.
So yeah. So I'm gonna shout that out. That's what that's what we doing.
Absolutely.
So just wanted to bring that up.
The week.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. So we're gonna keep that going. And if y'all listening, y'all watching, if y'all come across someone, send it to us.
Yeah.
Send it to us. I would love to hear about more people out here doing their thing. Like I said, we ain't gotta be out here, doing the big stuff where we always culture seem as big stuff or doing it big. I think the everything days, like we said, the everyday stuff is just as important.
It's always the little things.
Yeah.
I have a shout out, but I'll do it the next time.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right. You want to shout the nail tech out right now?
You darn right I want to shout her out, but I'm gonna tell you why. Not because she does my nails, but because her name is Justine. Justine, she does nails full time, but she also works in a hospital as she's administrative. She had to work by herself through this whole COVID and still take care of her clients.
Wow.
With our nails. So yes, she definitely deserves a shout out too. That's my shout out. Okay.
Shout out. Justine.
Yes.
Shout out to Justine. There you go.
Justine.
Yeah. Because like I said, think about that. In the hospital during COVID last year. Okay, what role you played? You was in there. That's scary.
She was working by her. She had to work long hours, but she still managed to take us.
And then she held it down on it. We
and
know
now
how
she
y'all
got a new job. Congratulations.
Congrats. Yep. We know how y'all feel about your nails too. So
facts.
So like I'm not even trying to be trivial. That is a big part of our culture.
Yep.
It is.
It is. So to hold both those down, to make it happen, and just know, if nothing else, you have one happy customer right here.
You do.
And if she do feet, I'm trying to go get my feet did. So
she does do feet actually. And she do hair. I told you, get you a stylist who can do all of it.
All that.
Hair, she does feet, and she cooks.
Oh, and she cook. I'm trying to get a plate and get my toes done. What?
I have the same place. Nah, not for me.
Nah, I get the plate while I'm getting my toes done. I'm all about that.
I can't. I'm
that's because David. Because David, you don't know Justine, David.
Right. She actually does it outside of her house. So like everything is set up in her base.
Oh no, I was kidding about that.
Oh, well, I'm like, the food is upstairs. Like it's not even.
I was totally kidding about that.
I mean, but that's how it is. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the one-stop shop.
If the food is that good, shoot, I'll have my toes out.
Finish my toes on the way out. Let me go and get that plate, put that aluminum foil on it. I'm good.
Get them toes.
Let me get that little toe separator.
Oh, you know.
Yep, I might take that ride.
Let me walk out the door with my little toe separator and my little flip flops.
You are so stupid. I'm dead.
Got your toes looking like that.
Stupid.
But that's what's up. So that's what we doing. So I mean, like I said, I think these are amazing things, especially in these times. We're gonna highlight them. So
right, and also that tells us that we are out here grinding.
Yeah. Think about that. Yeah, ain't nobody lazy over here.
Right.
Ain't nobody lazy. We're gonna change that narrative too.
Houses all through COVID, grooming their dogs.
Yeah, we changing that narrative. Nah.
Right.
People out here grinding just because they ain't grinding for your stank ass company.
Right.
She get it out the crib and she go to work. See?
Right.
Yeah. Nah, we're not doing that.
Get your money.
Get your money, sis, and I'll give you mine. No problem.
Absolutely.
That's the stuff I like to pay for. I like to see people out here making
business.
Yeah. So, like I said, we got it hard enough. So, if somebody's doing it well, I'd like to acknowledge them, but also keep them going.
Right.
We got to support them.
Facts.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. So for the sake of time, I'm going to wrap this up. Y'all know what it is. Community Coalition Show brought to you by the Black Squirrel Media Network.
Absolutely.
We got good stuff coming in 2022. So check us out, all the podcasts and the shows and things like that. Check us out at blacksquirrelmedia.com.
Mhm. Also, if you got a man in your life that has a beard and or has lips, we have beard oil and we have lip
Beard
balm.
or lips. I mean, they all got lips.
Beard and lip. I hope we got lips.
Wow,
Beard might be optional, but you know,
it smells really nice.
No.
I just gave it to my friend for his birthday. So,
see,
And how
look at
you
that
like it.
testimony right there.
How he
loved
like
it.
it.
He
Exactly.
loved it.
I know you
The
talking about that.
Beards out here flourishing.
Something about that candle though. Oh, good. I swear.
Yeah, that candle
You
was
got
nice.
candles.
Yeah. So if you're looking for those products, check us out. The line Black by Men of Stature. Like I said, we got the skincare, the wellness stuff from the bar soap, beard oil, candles, lip balm.
That soap
and
smell good too.
the soap is good. Yeah, ain't that so good though? Oh, look, I just happen to have it right here.
Oh, look at
Dang,
you.
this,
Yo, Kenny, you got any more of those?
I might.
I might have to holler at you for that.
Holla at me. And if you all are looking for it, you can go to menofstature.org. Check it out, place an order.
But hey, listen, since we're shouting out businesses right now,
Let them know.
Also, why don't you get you a self-care basket, okay?
Okay.
For Maya Marie. And also, dog grooming.
Let them know. Hey,
where can I get my dog groomed?
You can go to Pretty Fluffy and Fierce on Instagram.
All right. Because hey, I just seen look, I know y'all love y'all pets, but I seen some shabby looking pets out here too. I just seen some,
they getting shaggy.
Yeah, pets need shape ups too, y'all. Go ahead and get your pit bull a shape up or something. I don't know. He needs something.
Guess what? It wasn't me.
Look, I seen your little golden retrievers out here looking real shaggy, man. Go ahead and trim them up. You know, dogs need love too.
Right.
Dogs need to be trimmed up too.
Get them that shape up.
Had they hair all over my floor. I don't like all that. You can get your dog put out at my house. Don't come over here looking all right. Look. So yeah, but take care of your pets. That's one thing. Take care of yourself. But if you have pets, take care of them too. Don't be out here treating pets all bad and stuff. So
they need self-care too.
They do, and they need love, and shape ups. And they toes and stuff done. They need their nails done too, Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, scratching up your furniture. You don't know why. Because he
bump the furniture, scratching up your leg, because I know my dog bumped the heck out of my leg.
Yeah. So we doing all that this year, y'all. So shout out to the Black businesses. Y'all know where to find us. Until next week, y'all. We out.
Peace.
Peace.